Glammers create makeup looks using only black and white. Metallic drip look, the roaring 20s.
I would double tap, I would save this for later. I love it.
Thank God. I can totally see this on the pages of any high fashion magazine.
Whoa. I don't know what planet she's on, but I want to go to that planet and just stare at her.
The winner will collaborate with Kim Kardashian West.
Hey everyone, so some of you guys might know that I was on Kim Kardashian's Glam Masters. It's executive produced by Kim Kardashian and Deanna Madison. It's a really cool show, and if you have no idea who I am and you've never seen me in your life, I'm an Instagram influencer, and I was just on a competition show. It's a makeup competition show called Glam Masters. Take a deep breath. I can't even keep talking about this. It's literally so surreal. I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I got on the show, what it was like, and just, you know, like some insider stuff from my point of view. So here we go. So basically I learned about the show on this Facebook post, and the Facebook post had something like this: we're casting for like a makeup competition, we need beauty influencers, and it's like by Kim Kardashian. So at this point I'm like, oh my God, I'm a beauty influencer, I know how to do makeup, I can apply. So I apply, send in my application, and then I later come to find out that I'm just not old enough at that time because I wasn't 21, I was 20, so I didn't quite meet the requirements for the show. So I had forgotten about it. I was like, oh well, like I'll just do it like next year or something. And that was that. And then for some reason, like I don't know exactly what had happened during a couple months passing by basically, and they call me back and they're like, hey, you know, some stuff changed and you actually do qualify to stay on the show. And I'm like, oh my God, no way, like I really want to go through the casting process if I can still apply. So they're like, yes, we, you know, this doesn't mean you're on the show, but we do like a Skype interview that I can submit to the producers. This is the casting agent, by the way. So when she lets me know that I'm gonna be interviewing on a FaceTime call, I'm like, okay, I need to make sure that like at least my outfit is cute. So I get on the Poshmark app. I don't know if you guys ever used it, but I love to go on there to find like really cute stuff that's affordable. And they sometimes have like really cute designer stuff that's also affordable. So I go on the Poshmark app and I'm like shopping for something cute. I finally find it. And then my casting day comes and I get on FaceTime. Because at that time, I had moved out from my house all alone. And I talk about it on Glam Masters, why my parents didn't really support me following, you know, my career as a beauty influencer. But anyways, that's a separate video we'll talk about later. But anyway, so I had been living alone in an apartment for the very first time. So I was really stressed out and just really kind of sad inside, and this was the only thing that kind of made me really happy at that time. And I was like, you know what, even though I have no background or lighting or anything, I'm just gonna get on Skype and tell them why I want to be on the show and just be myself. I was like, okay, well, here goes nothing. So I get on this Skype call, and the casting director is just asking me like all these questions and just kind of asking me, trying to understand like who I am as an artist and why I want to be on the show, so that she could take that to the producers. That was pretty much what the call was about. So I'm on FaceTime, and I don't know what happened, but I just got so emotional. And when I started telling my story of why I would want to be on Glam Masters, I literally started bawling my eyes out, and it was so embarrassing. I was like, oh, they're never gonna pick me now. I literally look like a little girl on camera, and it's so dim and dark in this ugly apartment all alone, and they probably think I'm crazy. So I kind of lost a lot of hope after that casting call, to be honest with you. Anyways, that passed by, and I want to say a couple of weeks after that, I get a call from one of the producers, and I was not expecting this call at all. So I pick up the phone, and they're like, hey, you've moved to the next casting round. And I'm like, oh my God. In my head, I'm like, okay, I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. And I literally probably sounded so scared. And they're like, we just want to do a phone interview with you. Let me know when you would be available. And we want to ask you some questions. In my head, I'm like, what more can I possibly like say? Like, let me nail this interview this time. So I get on a call. It was probably like a quick 10-minute call, and they just asked me a little bit about me. The casting producer just wanted to get to know me a little bit more, and like more about like my artistry and like being an influencer and kind of what I do in general. So I gave it to them. I gave it my all, and I was just praying the whole time. I was like, please God, like let me be on this show. So I end that call, and I want to say, I don't even know how long, but anyways, after that, I get an email, and the email says, congratulations, you've moved on to the next round. And I'm like, wow, how many rounds are there? I was like, okay, keep going. You're already like in this, just keep going. So they basically called us in, this was August of last year, and they were like, okay, we want to do like a live casting, bring your makeup kit, bring clothes, and you're coming in to do like a casting in front of the producers, and basically you're gonna have to do a challenge. You'll find out what the challenge is, and we're gonna give you a model, you do the challenge, and then you just present it to the producers. And I'm like, this is it. Like, this is probably the last casting. Like, I need to kill it. At this point, we had gone down from like thousands of applicants to 40 of us that they put into this in-person casting. So I get there, I literally packed every piece of makeup. You have no idea. Like, I had a bag, like probably like the size of my life, okay? I walk in there and I just see all these other amazing artists that I had seen like on Instagram, and I just feel so intimidated. I'm like, wow, like there's no way I got selected like between all these amazing artists. I just felt so blessed at that time. I was like, wow, like wow, just wow. Anyway, so I get there and I'm like, okay, I need to kill it. And it's literally like, for me, it felt like life and death. I was like, I need to make sure that I give it my all. And they gave us a challenge, and the challenge was to do a makeup look on the model where half of it was our alter ego and the other half was another side of me, basically. So what I did was one side glam and the other side was like this broken side of me, because to me makeup is kind of brings out this broken side of me that I talked about on the show, and it's mainly because my family doesn't really support what I do. Anyways, thankfully things are looking better now after the show. I think my family definitely believes in me a lot more. If you guys want, I'll do a video more in depth about that, but that could be for another video. I just want to tell you more about Glam Masters and like the whole experience. So anyways, I do this look and then I present it to the judges, and then after the casting, they're like, okay, you're good to go. You're gonna find out in the next couple of days if you make the show or not. And if you do, just be prepared to pack your clothes and come film for your episode. And I'm just like, what? This is it. Like, this is it. They have everything they need. Now, like, we're really gonna find out, like, did I make it or not? And I go home, and a week passes by, nothing. Another week passes by, and I'm like, wow, well, I guess they just didn't like me. Like, I don't know. So I just kind of lost hope again. You know, like this waiting game really gets to you guys. So we get through a couple of weeks, I want to say, and then I finally get a call from one of the producers. You need to come now. Tomorrow you're filming, you're on the show, congratulations. And at this point, I'm just freaking out. I'm like, oh my God. It was like this really surreal moment, you guys. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. And if any of you guys have ever gone through a moment where you just feel really excited and accomplished at the same time, because at that point I was like, you know what, even if I don't win Glam Masters, like out of all these applicants and all these amazing artists, like I get to be on a show on Lifetime TV, and never in my life starting like when I started doing makeup did I ever think like I'll be on TV. Like that didn't never cross my mind at all. So it was like this really insane moment in my heart where I was like, wow, I've come a long way, and I'm really proud, and I'm really grateful, especially for you guys for believing in me. I knew that like I just had to keep going. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is link you guys the first episode, because I came out on the first one, so I'll link it below so you guys can watch it and be able to check out the episode I was on for Glam Masters. And thank you so much for listening to me and wanting to be interested in my story and how I got on Glam Masters. If you guys want me to do a video and kind of go more in depth into my story that I shared on Glam Masters, go ahead and leave me a comment. I'd love to do more videos for you guys. Just leave me a comment, request it below, and then I'll know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for following me, for subscribing, for just being part of this crazy journey with me on YouTube. Like, who knew, right? Okay, love you guys, bye.